Hellos. Jaylee's here is obviously how keen I missed this awesomeness. Alright. So today, I haven't really posted anything important like I do in a while, so this is just a random topic thing. So I'm here with my mom. She's over there because she doesn't want to be seen. Say hi.
Hola.
Okay, she's foreign, obviously, immigrant. Okay, so we're gonna discuss about like possessions and things like that, and she's gonna ask her stuff. And she's gonna tell me. So have you ever in your lifetime, in your period of this life in this century, experienced anything supernatural?
Yes.
Like what? Okay, can you talk loudly, please, too?
Yes.
Okay, can you explain of these events occurring?
I used to have dreams that I would see my body or my spirit come out of my body.
Mom, can you be serious? Sorry, guys. Okay, continue. Can you continue?
Oh. I had dreams that I see my spirit coming out of my body, and I could literally see my body laying there, but then yet I see my spirit flying or going or being transported to a different place where I see people going through something, and all of a sudden I see my spirit go back to my body, and I wake up in a big tons of sweat, and I start praying for that person or whatever the dream was about. I pray for them, and then when I see the person, I tell them what I saw, and they're like in shock because they asked me how did I know that when they were in a different country, and I actually, my spirit was there, it was transported there, and I saw what happened, an incident or whatever it may be, and I told them exactly everything that I saw, and they tell me that, how do I know that?
Interesting. Huh, another question. Can you say you have ever, in words of common saying, seen the light or something as if?
I never seen the light, thank God, because once you see the light, that means you had a drastic accident or whatever. But I have seen angels, but I've seen angels that are like, if you can call it, it's like angels of war or angels that fight. I've seen angels dressed up, really tall. I A person really tall, dressed up as in a war gear, as if they were going to war. And I saw this when we were at my church. The older youth was there, and we were praying, and I saw it all around the church. That's what I saw, and I started speaking in tongues, and I said, "Look at all the angels in tongues." I understood what I was saying, and the girl next to me, she said, "Yes, I see them in English. I see the angels," but I was speaking in a different language. Look at the angels, and she understood. It was a language that I never spoke.
Okay. Do you think that, like, some people, like in yoga, they say empty your mind? Do you think if you were to empty your mind completely, something is able to take over you?
Well, the Bible tells me that you should not do that because when you do empty your mind, that's when the devil takes advantage and tries to take control. I mean, it's good if you do yoga, but try to meditate. When they say empty your mind, you should meditate on the things of like God, like sing a song in your mind that's soothing, or recite Bible verses from Psalms, which Psalms are Bible verses that encourage and uplift your spirit, or guides you or comforts you in a bad timing or whatever. But you should do something like that instead of keeping your mind empty.
Have you ever met someone who has been spirit infested or had a demon following them some way in their life
Yes,
paths?
yes, I have. I met a few. Um, there was this girl when I started in going to church. I got freaked out too because I was new. I didn't know about the things, and they took me to one of their prayer nights, and there was this girl that she actually she had hate. She had so much hate for everybody around her. She didn't feel no love. She hated everybody because to her everybody was wrong. Everybody picked on her, so she hated everyone. And she was there, and they just wanted to pray for everyone. She was in a circle, but when they went to pray for her, she she threw her head towards the side, like she didn't want them to touch her. She was going like this, and that's when the pastor of the youth noticed that she was possessed, and they started praying for her, and she threw herself on the floor. And when they were praying, they asked her, because demons have names, and they asked the demon, "What's your name?" And he said, "Hate." And they say, "Why do you hate? Why are you in her? Why do you hate? Why are you putting this in her?" And it was saying that it was trying to destroy her so that she can commit suicide because she was hating everybody. They started praying for her, and they told the demon, because you got to call it by the name, you got to recognize, to leave, and he didn't want to. So they started praying for her, and in order for that demon to leave, you have to also try to put your part, and you have to like call it out, like leave me, or depart from my body, or whatever. And it was a big battle. I was new. When I saw that, I freaked out.
World star!
And I started to cry because I felt the hate that she had in her, and it was trying to kill her. And until it left. When a demon is being rebuked, everybody has to be in prayer and in communication with God, because if you don't, once it leaves that body, if your mind is empty and you're fooling around, it could go to you. And we were all praying, and we were all asking for liberation, and finally she was free, and she started to cry, and she said crying for the first time, "I feel love. Oh my God, I feel love for the first time." And she was crying and crying and crying. Let me tell you, I was only 14 when I experienced this. And she started hugging everybody. She was crying. Everybody hugged her, and she started talking her experience on how she became on that stage, to that stage. And it was that she used to go to her room. She didn't want to hear her parents. She would lock herself. She locked herself away from everyone. When she did that, she opened the door for hateness to come in her heart. And she was like that for years. And I knew this girl for a long time, and nobody, no one could stand her because she had this bitterness in her face. And she just didn't want to be with no one. And after that, you could tell, it was like from night to day. She looked lighter. She looked brighter, shiny. She was glowing. And she was free. She was liberated. Now, when things like that happen, you have to try not to open the door again because they leave, but they haunt you, waiting for a chance to go back in. And when they go back in, they don't go in by themselves. They bring 7 more demons with them. The Bible says, once you're liberated, close that door. Do not open that door for them to come again. Because that demon, if you give him a chance to come back, he will go back, but he'll bring 7 more with him to destroy you.
And who said 7 was the lucky number? Who said that? Any other liberational story?
I was once possessed.
Crazy.
And I remembered, I remember.
No, not you.
I remember when I went to get something. That's Benji? ¿Qué te dijo?
Watching bad movies, bro.
Because you saw what I put on Facebook.
Okay, continue.
¿Qué te voy a decir? Pause it.
Can't.
I was in a group and I got out because boy issues, and I didn't want to go to church anymore, and yeah, I got really bad, and I just went to get some stuff at where I used to go, sing, and when I was there, I saw the pastor there, and he said, "Hey, Maribel, come here, let me just say hi to you." So I didn't want to go in, and I felt something that didn't want me to go in. And when I went in, I was like, "No, I just come to get something." And when I went, he immediately grabbed me and started praying for me, because he said he saw it. And he told me that when they were praying for me, I punched them in the face. I don't remember.
What the heck?
When they were praying for me, I don't remember. And they pray 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 until he got out. It was hard. And before that happened, he saw me, and no one knew that I had gone to a trip from my job, and we stayed in a hotel. That night I drank my butt off. Oh yeah, I was drunk. But I'm like, okay, I never drink in my life, and I'm drinking pure alcohol. Why is it that I'm not drunk, drop dead drunk? I knew what I was doing. And it was actually that God was protecting me. I was drinking and I wouldn't be drunk. And then I realized that he was actually protecting me from something that was going to happen to me if I would have been completely drunk. And it was that I was trying to go to my room, and a man approached me and he tried to take me to his room. If I was drunk, that man probably would have raped me. But I wasn't drunk, and I was mad, and I was going to my room, and the man came, and he approached me, and I'm like, "Excuse me?" You know, because he saw me drinking a lot. I remember him sitting in the place where we were at, and it was a trip from my job. That's why, because I don't go out. I never went out anyway. So I went to my room, and I realized what happened. And when I came back from the trip, I saw my pastor, and he goes to me, "How you doing, Mo?" Because they call me Mo. And I said, "Fine." And he goes, "That's good." But I noticed that he was looking on top of me. Like, he wasn't looking at me, he was looking on top. And immediately he put his hand like this, and he says, "Mo, God just gave me a vision of you." And I said, "Okay." And he goes, "I just saw you laying on a bed with a bottle of vodka or alcohol, drunk. You have to come back, if not you're going to become an alcoholic.
Ow.
Alcoholic. And this is why I tell you guys not to drink. If you drink once, okay, fine, but drinking every day, that's not good. That's what I tell you know who. Because that demon is circulating the family. Because that's what runs in my father's family. But I bind that in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Because I don't want that for my kids. I will fight for that. And he told me that. And then after he told me that, then that's when he prayed for me that I had that, whatever. And that was the last time I had that.
Okay.
The first and last. And it's not a good experience, let me tell you. It's not a good experience. That's why I tell you things, because I know I've been there. You haven't. You don't know anything about that. It's a really scary. You think you're tough now. Oh yeah, it's only a movie. But when you experience it, it's scary. It's really scary.
Do you think that some people in life should experience it
I don't think anybody should.
to like see
I mean,
everything differently?
you know why people experience things like that? Because they're being stubborn. They're being stubborn because sometimes life takes you to a certain point. You know, whatever. But you shouldn't be taken to a drastic measure just because of your stubbornness. You should understand. But yeah, some people gotta go through that. Like for example, my father. I think she gotta go outside.
She went outside so many times.
My papi used to mock and dare the devil. Oh, you think you're tough? I dare you to come up here and show your face. He did. Not literally him, but a spirit. An ugly spirit. He saw an ugly spirit that freaked him out. And papi no tenía miedo nada. He was not scared of nothing. But it freaked him out. It freaked him out so bad that he started throwing punches, trying to hit it because he was like freaking out. And he said what he saw, and he left holes on the wall, trying to punch it on the face or hit it, but he never did until it just like laughed at him and then left, and it tormented him. That tormented Papi for a while. He was like if somebody took him and put him in Lulu land.
Okay. Your opinion on people that like they find insidious, that like they're not like bad, but they could like talk.
People are not bad. It's demons that go in them that makes
No.
them bad.
I'm not talking. Like, they're not like bad people, but they can like communicate with all the spirits or stuff.
There's no such thing. They say people could like those people that read hands and people that's not communicating with spirits. That's just communicating with devils. Themselves are possessed. There's this man that he came to our church. I'm trying to remember if he came or it was a testimony. I can't remember too well. But there was this man that he wanted to be rich. He needed money really bad, and he was trying to find money or how to get money. And somebody approached him and said it was I don't know who it was, and they told him, if you sell your soul to the devil, he will make you the richest person ever. And he did. He sold his soul to the devil. Like he told the devil that now he becomes his owner, his property. And he made him rich. He started getting money. He got power, because that's what the devil wants. But he realized, he passed by a church or whatever, and he got curious and he went inside. When he went inside, he accepted Jesus as his personal savior. But he couldn't. The devil started fighting with him. He said, you belong to me. And he had a big battle. This man, everything was taken away. He destroyed him completely. Everything, everything. And he says, I own you. You belong to me. But then when this man came to Jesus, when he started going to church, he realized the devil doesn't own you. He does not own you. If you accept Jesus, if you accept God as your personal savior, you believe in him and you do righteousness, he has no right in being in your heart unless you let him. He doesn't own you. Jesus owned you because he died for you. The devil didn't do crap. So he doesn't own you. Only thing, like he's on earth, the only power that God gave him is to be on earth and walk and do whatever. But you choose from right and wrong because God doesn't choose for you. Like he'll guide you and he'll lead you and he'll try to bless you, but people are stubborn and they choose the bad from good.
Okay.
So it's not that people speak with spirits or anything like that. It's just that they're possessed, they see demons, and they talk as if it was a spirit. And since the devil knows everything, like, oh yeah, her father died, and it died from this, from alcohol. Yeah, because I got him there. That's what he's going to say. You know, oh, but we don't know if he's at peace. Oh, he wants to say something to you, Maribel. Why did you do this to me? Why? Because of you, I'm here. Why is he doing that? Because now he's going to torment your mind. Oh, Papi died and he didn't say sorry to me, or I didn't say sorry to him. Now you're going to be tormented. Now you're going to be depressed. Now you probably may commit suicide. And that's how he works.
I forgot my question. Oh, yeah. Do you believe that there's an in-between state? Like, you get stuck. Okay, like, you get stuck between going. Okay, Neil, we finished, but okay.
No. Once you die, you die. You don't get stuck anywhere. You either go to hell or heaven. That's it. People say that you get stuck in between, but no. You don't get stuck nowhere. People have experience, like people, God let them see hell so they could come back and preach about it. God let them see heaven so they could come back and preach about it. But it's not that they're stuck. It's just that he's given them a chance to have an experience, to preach about it, to say, yeah, there is a hell, I was there. Yes, there is a heaven, I was there. But it's not that you get stuck in midair or wander around the earth trying to find peace or trying to find someone. No, that never happens.
Have you ever seen either?
Let me tell you one experience that I had. I had a boss, wonderful lady, wonderful lady. We all loved her. She just gave birth. Her daughter was like 6 months, I think. They went to Cancun on vacation. And she was sailing, and the wind came really, really hard that hit her, and she fell in the water, and it hit her on the head, and she fell in the water, but she drowned and she died. That really affected me so much. In our job, American Express, we really oh my God, everybody was devastated. She was only 40 something, and even though she was a wonderful lady, that really got to me so bad, and I was praying. I said, God, I need peace with her because I used to talk to her, and then I was like, I wanted to know where she went, and all I remember was that something told me, you want to see where she went, and I was riding a bike, and it was riding, but I never knew where I was going, and it was telling me this is where she went, and then all of a sudden I saw her, she was crying and crying and crying, and then I turned around and I started riding the bike back up, and I was going up, and I was hearing her crying. Then when I got further and further, I heard more people crying and screaming. For me, I understood that she went to hell, and I cried when I woke up from that dream, because that's to show you that you could be the wonderful person, but if you don't have God in your heart, God is the only person that can judge you. He's the only one that can open the door to heaven or close it. Why did he close it? And if that was true, that what I saw, only he knew why. But it really hurted me because she was a wonderful lady. Wonderful lady.
Okay. Do you think like there are people that are like obsessed with God, but they commit so many sins, and there's someone who like kind of has him on his side, but they're a really good person? Who do you think will like have more chances of going to heaven? And if like someone's with God, but all they do is like commit sins, would they like?
They're not with God. They think they are, but they're not. Those are the black sheeps in church. That's what you say. That's how you call them. The black sheeps in church. Because they think they are with God. They try to preach you. They try to condemn you when you do something wrong. But actually they don't know that they're being used by the devil. Because they're so blinded. They think they're perfect, but they're not. But they're so blinded that they only come to judge you and condemn you. And they don't know that they're actually a tool for the devil to make you hate church or people from church or anything that has to do with God. Because he do have workers, and those are his workers, even though they didn't know they were hired.
Questions. Have you ever rebuked one yourself? Say it.
I was sleeping, and my little brother, when he came home, and he turned on the TV, he started watching TV. And I don't know why I felt something really bad, but I was sleeping. And all of a sudden, this is why I say that I see my spirit come out of my body. I saw my spirit come out of my body, and I just started going back and forth on my bed like pacing. And I started rebuking, but it was a big battle that I had with him. And he didn't even know that I was rebuking him. He was just there watching TV, but the demons in him, I was fighting with them. And I had a big battle. It was just a nightmare. And I was rebuking and rebuking and rebuking. It was a big fight, a big fight. And I remember that then that everything was going, and it just left. It left the house. I felt it leaving. And I saw my spirit go back into my body. I woke up. I got up. And when I looked at him, he was like at peace. Chicky.
Oh.
He was at peace. He was like,
what are you talking
and
about?
he didn't even say a word to me. Because he used to fight a lot with me. He didn't say a word. He was like really quiet. It was like if he didn't even see me. Like he didn't even know I was there. Because he used to hate me.
Another question. My gosh. No what else to ask. I should have made a list before I did this. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Momento.
One more question, and then we're gonna wrap this up. Okay. Do you think your life would have been different if you would have never went to church?
Yes. I probably would have been locked up.
Okay, we're done here.
Not locked up. I probably would have been drinking. Because I never liked smoking. But I probably would have been drinking. Drinking a lot. Probably would have been dead.
Okay. that wraps up our mini discussion. Well, not mini, it was like 30 minutes long, but yes, that was it.